So yeah, sorry about that. Hi, I'm TompaBanana. This is Minecraft, and this is part 2, I guess. I will just put up 2 videos on the same day. That no one will watch either way, but yeah, whatever. So I ran out of disk space on my C drive. What was I talking about? Oh right, AI. This is my therapy session, so yeah. Sorry in advance. But yeah, I tried an AI art generating software, and I gonna try to make some real photos out of it. I combined the art into a bigger art piece, and I'm gonna eventually order some real photos, which I think will be kind of cool. Maybe in an A4 format. I think that will be awesome. Awesome! So I had one where it made, I can't remember, I'm saving all the texts I'm putting in next to the photo, so I know that, okay, to create this photo I typed in, for example, cave in the cave in the jungle, whatever, something like that. But for this I sort of think I just put in colorful crystals in a cave or something like that, and it made this really colorful picture, and I made different ones so I could sort of combine them into one big piece. I put it up on TompaBanana Creates channel there, and I think it's not perfect in any way, of course, but yeah, I think it's turned out pretty good, and it's kind of interesting that a computer program can make these really beautiful looking pictures. I guess it's because a programmer has spent a lot of time, or a lot of programmers maybe have spent a lot of time coding the thing. But yeah, either way it feels kind of cool that a software can do that. And that's one thing that I feel like is kind of cool, that eventually maybe you don't need people in the same way when you create programs, create games. For example, a game like now there's a lot of other limitations, of course, but if you wouldn't have the limitation of hardware or RAM, readable memory, whatever it's called, RAM. I think you can hear what I'm saying. And graphic cards and stuff like that. Let's play with the thought that none of that is an issue anymore. The graphics are have sort of halted, came to a stop almost, because you can't it's no point in having more higher resolution graphics than this future scenario brings. Then it's kind of interesting if sort of a game like GTA 5, instead of a human has to design all the different characters, a human can maybe design, like, let's say, like 100 different people, like 50 females and 50 males, and with that information the computer can sort of combine and sort of alter the faces and the composition of the bodies. So some people will be fatter, some people will be thinner, and different kind of skin tones and etc. And combine that into making like maybe 10,000 more people. That would be kind of cool in one sense, because one thing that is kind of boring with GTA 5 is that the people are repeating itself. Sort of see the same people again and again and again, which is not anything weird, because it would take like 300 years for someone to, and it would take a lot of hard drive space and other things I would probably imagine to create like 10,000 different people, and then have the computer and the programming to sort of keep track on all that also. Would be kind of insane, but eventually when I feel like someday the graphics has to come to an halt, because, or at least slow down a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe you can choose how high of a graphics capability you need, sort of, because yeah, now I have bad eyesight, but whatever. When I have lenses now, so I see at close range, I see a lot better without glasses or lenses, but otherwise I see better with them, of course. But if you say like you have a sort of a middle scale of a human eye, sort of like, yeah, good enough human eye, so to speak, you could sort of argue that then you don't really need better graphics than that, because our eyes couldn't enjoy it either way. So the only times you would need higher graphics than that is if you were gonna use a what's it called? Telescope? No, not telescope. What the hell? Microscope. A microscope. Sorry, English hard. Microscope in the virtual world. But yeah, maybe you could have it like that's only activated when you use the microscope, so the graphics is lower when you just look normally, because someday I feel like you sort of would catch up. Even with the hard drive space, I feel like that would catch up eventually. And then you need to make it more variable, the worlds. And that's there I think the AI software could do a lot of work to help make it quicker. So a human doesn't need to design all of the characters. Maybe a human can just sit there and, yeah, that's good, nah, skip that one, yeah, that's good, okay, that's good, yeah, nah, skip that one, sort of like in command. And eventually the AI will probably be good enough so it can decide itself. But yeah, that would be really cool. Imagine playing like GTA 5 with superb graphics and with such much people that you wouldn't see the same person or rarely see the same person again. And it would be nice if an AI program could sort of design living patterns for the creatures also. So like let's say for example it needs to create that Stacy, she works at the food court. What the fuck is a food court? Whatever, food. Yeah, she works. I'm gonna say it. She works at McDonald's, and then she hangs out drinking drinks at Pissvassa Horse. I don't know. At Hooters, I don't know. And then she go home and fuck her boyfriend. I don't know, whatever. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, that the AI could sort of yeah, make up stories for it, so the humans doesn't even need to do that. that would make it insane. I feel like it would be almost impossible to see everything in that world, because all of them have regular lives and sort of artificial regular lives, and yeah, it would make it a lot more believable, I feel like. And it's not like you're gonna live in that world, but yeah, I feel like the immersion is important, because if you just compare, when you just knew about GTA 3, you thought, holy shit, that's awesome, I can sort of kick on people when they're lying down, and I can explore the whole world, except the water part, of course. But yeah, you could see it wasn't like the earlier games where you sort of had like maps. It was sort of free roaming, and if you could well, I guess almost every place, some places you couldn't get to, but yeah, whatever, almost everything you could visit. So if there was a place in the background that you could see, sort of like, I remember seeing the docks, I think it was, and those were really close, so it's a tiny world when you come to think about it. But when I first played it, I think I saw some what's it called, it's called a that lifts materials, it's a yeah, I can't remember the name, whatever, the docks. I saw the docks, and I went there, and I thought it was really cool that I could see it and then go to it. And then eventually I got sort of used to that, and then the next game came, and I could fly a helicopter and ride a bike, and then next game came, and I could swim, and I could do a lot of more stuff, and yeah, so it keeps on evolving. And the thing with GTA 5 that sort of stuck in my mind is that when I sort of learned how to avoid the cops, it was really cool that you could sort of, I'm gonna go over here because I hate the slime, so I'm gonna do some stuff over here until they find me over here also. But yeah, when you learned how to avoid the cops, you sort of could experiment more. And I remember hiding behind a house or something, and I felt like it was so cool that you could sort of not be sure if the cops would find you there or not. It sort of made it, I don't know if made it real is the right word, but yeah, you sort of more immersive, if you understand what I mean. So that's really cool. So I think all of that stuff combined, that GTA 5 with the random events and the stories and the regular people that you could harass, sort of, that makes it sort of interesting. It's more sort of makes it feel a little bit more alive. And then if you could sort of have AI enhance that would be really cool, I think. I guess the other option would be just to have it as a big as multiplayer world, where all the people in the world have one sort of task to do, or you have a mission or a point to do. But yeah, I'm not much for multiplayer, because people usually fuck it up. I feel like if you're enjoying yourself, having a good session with your buddies and trying to do some heist or something, then some regular guy comes and blow your ass up. So yeah, it's more reliable with AI, I feel like, than regular humans. I don't know. It's more fun, I feel like. It's sort of like the watching a movie at home or watching a movie at the movies. It's sort of, if you have your buddies, your friends, watching a movie in your apartment or house or whatever, it could be really nice. It's sort of you're enjoying yourself, but you have your buddies there, so you can watch the movie, but you could sort of also hang out with your friends. But if you're watching at the movies, of course, there's better sounds and better quality and stuff, but also have to deal with there's random people there, and random people do random stuff, like shout at the random moment at the movie, or eat popcorn at a really loud with a really loud noise, and yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, I'd rather watch a movie at home, I feel like, but that's just me. It's scary. I'm starting to get finished with this thing. That's really worrying. Are the world about to end or what? It feels like I'm doing this for 300 years now. So yeah. poor villager is getting harassed. I'm stealing his bed all the time. And I feel like it's not only games that could be suitable for that, because I remember reading I think it was the Bible in school. We sort of got not Bible studies, but you know what, studying all the religion, and I felt it sort of was kind of interesting in one sense, not overly exciting, of course, because I was a child, but whatever. But yeah, it was just text and pictures, and that's sort of, for me, that was sort of unexciting. Diamond. What's that? Deep slate. Whatever. Let's remove that one. Yeah. Put in some diamond. But yeah, if you could switch just a regular book, plain book with just pictures and text into an AI generated world, for example, Rome. Imagine checking out Rome as a kid, and you could see the soldiers fighting and the villagers working, see everything evolving. That could be really cool, I feel like. I would do that as an adult. I would just explore the world and see. And it would be nice if it could be as authentic as possible. So imagine bringing all the parameters, like yeah, this is how they lived, and this is how they collected their food, and yeah, whatever, you know what I mean. And you could sort of put that into the AI program, and it would make a world based on that, under those circumstances. That would be awesome, I feel like. Imagine how scary it would be with World War II. Sort of, you could imagine or live. Sort of. I can't find a word, but yeah, you know what I mean. Sort of see it for yourself, so to speak. And of course, you can do that sort of in one sense in movies and stuff. But yeah, it's a whole other thing when you can sort of choose yourself what you want to do. If you want to just go outside, hide, whatever. So yeah, I think That would be scary, but interesting. Or imagining visiting the Stone Age, and based on the small parameters we have about the Stone Age, I guess. But yeah, I think they know a lot of stuff either way because of bones and what's it called? The clay creations, the pottery parts, fractions. Yeah, whatever. Can't remember the word for it. Sorry. But yeah, just based on all that, I think they know a lot. I like the channel. What's it called? What's it called now? The guy, is he Australian or whatever? Stone Age guy that sort of does everything by hand. I can't remember the name now, but yeah, sort of watch that a lot. Primitive Technology or something like that. Awesome channel. No talking, just showing all the stuff he does. Man, he puts in a lot of effort into his videos. I think he puts in more work into 1 second of his videos than I do in, well, mostly all of my videos, I think. Fucking insane. But yeah, then a lot of people have seen his videos also, so I guess it pays off. What the hell did that? Okay, yeah, it sort of just looked like it disappeared. Weird. But yeah, I think AI would be really good for all that stuff. And I guess it could be used for making like TV series also. If you don't want the TV series to end, for example, like Friends, if you want Friends to go on forever, so to speak, you could sort of just make this mock-up characters that you sort of based on a couple of parameters, you could sort of just have them interact in the world, and yeah, maybe even let them grow older. So maybe that would be boring as hell, but yeah, it's kind of interesting, sort of having friends run for like 50 years and they getting older, and they themselves get or what's it called? Get kids. Make kids. I can't. Yeah, sorry, I'm not speaking English fluently. It's not my first language, so yeah. But yeah, then the kids might take over the TV show. It's an interesting thought, I think at least, because it is kind of sad in a sense. Maybe it's more sad that I think it's sad, but yeah, that some TV shows ending. You sort of gotten used to the TV show, so and there is so much, and you sort of can watch it again, I guess. But yeah, the rewatch value is not maybe the same as seeing fresh episodes. I don't know. And the same thing there, if you could also make it into a 3D world, that would be even more interesting, because then if you would take Friends as an example, you could sort of, depending on how you want to have it, be either a neighbor, or you could just free fly, sort of whatever you choose, and yeah, check out all the different scenarios when they are sitting in the coffee shop, and you could sort of walk with them up to their apartment, sort of. Would be really weird, but really cool, I feel like. Interesting scenario, I feel like. The only scary part might be that if it gets too real, people might forget to actually go outside and meet real people. That could be a dangerous scenario, I guess. People stop spending time with each other and spending time in the virtual world instead. I mean, I think that could happen if it gets too real. If it's so real that you sort of almost can't know the difference, and the characters are so. Oops, hang on here. I need to have it that, I think, so I can still walk in here eventually. I'm gonna fill this in, but not right now. So I guess like that. Then I can sort of fill in this area. But yeah, what was I saying? Right, you have it so real that you sort of forget that it's fake. I think that could happen. And I guess some people would question if it really matters. If it's that real, does it really matter? But I think people still would feel the sense that it's not worth as much because it's not real. Sort of like even if you could sort of do stuff in the virtual world, sort of like skydive, it wouldn't really be worth as much if you skydive in the virtual world as in the real world. I don't know. It would be sort of more, I don't know how to say it, but yeah, because you're putting your life at risk basically in the real world, for example with adrenaline stuff. But yeah, but I think it would be harder and harder to motivate to do the real stuff if you could do it and again in a virtual world, and basically don't see much of a difference, sort of. I guess with the other video it's starting to get pretty long, so thanks for watching, see you in the next one, bye bye.